Another episode of Successful Farmer 9to5ers, Millhurst Real Entrepreneurs TV, where we educate, empower, equip, and encourage real entrepreneurs to get to that next level. Real Entrepreneurs TV, thank you for joining us again. Successful Farmer 9to5ers, Real Entrepreneurs, where we help aspiring and current entrepreneurs get to their next level. Excited about our guest today, Jerren Pierce with Equip Fitness. Personal trainer, gym owner, is going to share his story today on how he took the pivot from a job into becoming a gym owner, and also during this COVID situation, how on the business side they are pivoting and still remaining in position to bring cash in while we maintain in this time of uncertainty. Right? Morning, Jerren. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you today, man?
Oh man, doing pretty good. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm glad this is not video. By you being a trainer, and I'm in between sizes right now, like what women say. I'm in one place and I'm trying to get to the next. So I'm probably gonna be one of your clients pretty soon. But so tell us a little bit about digging off into your story. Successful Farmer 9to5ers. So these are people that aspire to leave the position at the end to get to that next level, to achieve an opportunity or pursue a dream. So before you were a gym owner, were you involved with any type of job? Tell us about that experience before you came full time as a gym owner.
So before I actually became a gym owner, I was into insurance sales first. So the traditional selling of life insurance and home insurance. Didn't really enjoy it that much. Never had the passion to like really get down and like talk to people about that type of stuff, and kind of just fell away from it at that point.
Got you. I'm pretty sure the audience, we have a lot of commission only people in that industry. What about that experience that didn't sit right with you?
Honestly, I think it might have been more or less like the commission part of it, where you really, really had to go out and speak to people and sell them on why they needed the insurance part. I wasn't 100% comfortable with that. So I think that's one thing that I didn't like about it. And I read like a lot of like self-help books, and John Maxwell has a book. And in that book, he's like, if you don't have the passion to do something, then it's not the right thing for you. And when I read that, it was at that point where I was getting tired of being there. I was like, evidently, this is not for me. Yeah, you can make a lot of money, but I'm not happy. So I think it was the work. And then when I read that book on that particular page, I was like, you know what? I need to do something different.
You remember which John Maxwell book it was? We can put it in the notes.
It's about dreams. I can't remember the exact title, but it's something about like following your dreams or something like that.
Okay.
It's blue. It's blue and black. That's all I remember.
Okay. All right. We'll find it. We'll find it and put it in the notes. That's good advice. So, I mean, what happened next? So that light bulb went off. You weren't enjoying the experience. You read the book. What happened next?
So at that point, like right at that point, I had a little cousin who was playing high school football. And he was like, man, can you come down here and help me, train and work out? So I'm like, sure. So every Saturday I would drive to Homer and help him out. And it got to a point where every Saturday there was more and more kids coming in. At one point, literally his whole team was out there. And, I was doing it on, it's my cousin, so I wouldn't charge them or nothing like that. And so when I sat back and I was driving back home, like, man, I can make like a lot of money doing this if these kids respect me and trust me. So right then and there, then like literally that next day, I went and started seeing how I get certified to be a trainer. I had my degree in kinesiology, but I had it on the business side of things. So I was like, man, I'm gonna try to see how I can make this work. And then from there, I got my certification, and then kind of jump started what I'm doing now.
Gotcha. So what steps did you take before you actually left the insurance job?
It was no steps. It was just I stepped down. Like I stopped. It was one step. Like I said, once I made a decision that this wasn't for me, I'm not about to do anything. This is me though. I don't do anything that I don't want to do. And once I made a decision, I was like, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? I'll sacrifice money and everything like that to get to where I'm happy. And what I do now is I know for a fact what I need to be doing.
Understood. So with that personality, what would describe the feelings that you felt before you left, and how did you step down?
My feelings before I left, I was a little bit embarrassed to tell my quote unquote boss that, you know, I wasn't going to do this anymore. But after having a conversation with him, and literally what I just told you, the same thing I told him, he's like, I respect that. I'd rather someone tell me straight up that this is not for them versus them just staying with it just because. Right. And that was it. Like, I left. It wasn't no regret or anything like that. I took what I learned from there, you know, from becoming a better overall one man and then businessman. Also just seeing how different things work. And that was it. Left.
Man, that's awesome. So fast forward, what was that? Were you just rolling into personal training, or was there a gym? What was that? You stepped down from insurance and stepped into what part of being full-time entrepreneur? What did that look like?
So I stepped down from the insurance, and when I got certified, became a personal trainer, I went and started working for a gym. Okay. Because I had no quote unquote gym experience. And I was at this particular gym for about 2.5 years, and some stuff happened over there where I was like, man, like, I don't want to be here because it wasn't right. Yeah. So I had to make a decision again, where do I leave that particular gym, find another gym to work at, or do I do my own thing? And talking to a couple of close people in my life, they're like, man, just do it on your own. Like, yeah, you good at what you do, so I'm sure you'll be successful. So I left. I had, when I left there, I had 2 clients. And so I was doing that, and I was just figuring out a way how to like bring in more clients. At the apartment complex I was living at, they allowed me to do boot camps. And from there, I literally, within 1 year, I got to a point where I had to hire a trainer. And 6 months later, I found a building, got into a building, which is Equip Fitness now, or it was Equip Sports Performance, but Equip Fitness now. And then this is where we had now, like 7 years later.
Gotcha. I think that's good advice. So we at the checkpoint, kind of your journey. So leaving from insurance, stepping down, following the things you like, you would say is important. If you're not enjoying the position that you're in and you have a different passion, just find a way to leave and follow that passion. And then you join the gym. So that was you trying to learn more about the business?
It was, yeah, the business part of it, but I think more or less the experience of working with people. I mean, if you really look at like training and personal training, everybody sees like, you know, I can give you a workout and you do the workout, but it comes down to like, how do you deal with a personality every hour? It's different personality. So you might come in there and you might be that person that you always happy. Then another person might come in the next hour and they like, not to say they're negative, but their work is so stressful that they're like down. So you got to realize how to protect your energy and then also bring their energy up. And then the next hour, it might be somebody with a whole different personality. So I think going to that particular gym, I've learned how to deal with like so many different energies, so many different personalities. And now I personally feel I can work with anybody and make them successful when it comes down to gyms.
Yeah, so let's walk through that experience. So if I'm a teacher and my workout with you is at 6 in the evening, but I work, you know, from 6 to 5 p.m., right? So I'm pretty much tired once I get to you, like you just described. How do you get me in position to get our training started?
Each individual is different one, but it's all about like, what's your what's your goals, what's your motivation, and what's your touching points. So through conversation, when you're dealing with people, you learn certain words that you can use to like motivate them, or even to a point of that pisses them off to a degree. So if you come to me and you like, man, I want to lose 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Cool. When you want to lose 100 pounds, you know, I got a beach trip coming in July. Cool. So if I feel like you're not working hard enough, I'm gonna make sure, excuse me, I'm gonna make sure every so often I'm gonna throw that in your face. With like, you came here and you said you want to lose this weight.
Right.
I guess you're gonna be wearing a big shirt in July. You know, like just little points, and they're like, man, that is right. It's nothing offensive. You just you keep it in 100, as they say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right. So you use that experience to learn the business, more so on the personality side. But what about operations in a gym that you learn that most personal trainers overlook, or that you overlook, that you learn in the gym on the business side, operations, accounting, or marketing, advertising? What did you learn from that experience?
I learned from the gym part of it that I was working. I learned a little, but it was kind of hands off. You're in there. Your main job was to whatever client you have. That's your job. Is to train them, and that was it. Mm-hmm. I'm a reader and I'm a looker. So I'll be seeing different gyms, different trainers, and then so the way I learned the business side of the gym was, one, just trial and error, and then the second thing, I have a mentor. And from there, there's, you know, you can ask so many questions and they'll help you out, as long as you're helping yourself, but right, they'll help you out when it comes down to like certain marketing tactics and stuff like that. A big thing is when it comes down to fitness and gyms, each market is different. So, you know, you take New Orleans, you take Baton Rouge, there's a little difference in it based on the type of jobs, the type of people, like all that changes. So that's another thing that as a trainer or as a gym owner, you have to also study too, your demographics when it comes down to that.
Okay, and that was something you learned from reading, or you learned that from the gym? There was a certain type of clientele that came by design. How did you learn that?
That was from reading, and also my mentor. My mentor is in California, but inside of his mentorship group, there's trainers across the world.
Mm-hmm. How did you find him?
That's a long story, but Twitter, basically. I'll just send some of it and say Twitter.
Yeah, that's good, because I mean, Real Entrepreneurs TV, we are no excuse zone. So for the person that's in the job, that has some other passion, that is wanting to take that leap, I think your blueprint they can kind of mimic. So first of all, find out what that is and follow that, and try to find some type of way to monetize it so you can leave that job. And then you have to learn that business. What about it that you don't know that you need to learn? And finding a mentor, I think is crucial. So how did that mentor kind of help you cut the learning curve of things that other personal trainers probably had to learn the hard way?
Honestly, he and the whole group is transparent. So if it came down to, like, for example, if you have a talk with him on the business side of it, his first question is, what's your numbers? And so he wants to know financially, like, how much you bringing in, how much you losing, how many clients you have. Like, he wants to know detailed every number, because as a business owner, and it comes down to that type of stuff, you should know where your numbers are. And that was one thing I didn't know. Like, when he asked me that question, I was just sitting there, I'm like, you know, I know I have this much in the account. He's like, that's cool, but like, how much did you make? And then how much did you lose off the top of stuff you made? So little things like that I started paying attention to. And then as I've matured and as I've grown, I've realized, like, this is the most important thing, because it's cool if you're making, for an example, $10,000 a month. That's cool. Sounds like it's good. But if you're making $10,000, but then you're losing $9,000, then technically you only got $1,000, which ain't nothing when it comes down to running a business. So little things like that, I started kind of like paying attention to. And from there, I've, you know, grown and saw the differences that I made in the gym business.
I think that's pretty big. So that mentorship, learning from that transparency, financials is key. So what else is it that you kind of get from that mentorship?
From that, you learn the rest of the business side of it. So, you know what I'm saying, from any business side, there's skills that come along with it.
Mm-hmm.
So developing your skills from a personality standpoint, you know, in a gym business, you have to be kind of open and energetic. So learning that from him, learning different tactics when it comes down to training, different tricks. What works for you might not work for another person. So, you know what I'm saying, if you can't do a push-up correctly, how do I teach you how to do push-ups correctly? Like little things like that, you know, a lot of, I'm not bashing anybody, but some trainers are out there and they just making money, but they're not really helping the individual. And I'm not a person I'm about to just take your money. Like, I'm trying to get you better each and every day.
Good stuff. And remember, Real Entrepreneurs TV, this is Jerren Pierce with Equip Fitness. And where is Equip Fitness?
Equip Fitness is downtown New Orleans, 1029 Aretha Castle Haley.
Good stuff. COVID-19 is happening in the midst of this interview right now. So out of all of the lessons that were learned from leaving an insurance company, learning to work with people and operations, learning your financials from your mentor, how are you pivoting with the COVID-19 to keep the business going?
Every day is a learning curve for this because it's something that no one expected. So my main focus now is figuring the best way to do as much as that I can do virtually or, you know, via internet. So now, like trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Perfect Zoom, perfect Skype and all that type of stuff now. So I can do business calls, but then also like the training standpoint of it also. It's a learning curve, but I'm willing to learn and try to perfect it based on what's going on right now in the world.
Mm-hmm. Is the mentor any help with that, or is he? What's his position right now?
Yeah, he's doing the same thing. Obviously, he has a lot more experience when it comes down to the gym side, so there's a lot more people that work with him, but he's in the same ball game too. So now his main focus is doing as many Zoom calls from a personal training standpoint, group fitness, like everything.
Gotcha. So it's still something always to be learned. So just to circle back real quick, the decision to leave that insurance company, what did support look like? Was it just you motivating yourself, or was there others around you that kind of supported that decision?
My family's around me the whole time, 100%. Family, close friends. So, I mean, I feel like any decision you do, you should have at least one person that's going to be behind you and going to tell you that this is the right thing or not the right thing. But they all believed in me and just kind of went with it.
And for the person that has a passion, but they're working at a job right now, but they don't have the support, right? Either they don't have a spouse, or they have a spouse that's not supportive. They have all friends that don't believe in what they're trying to achieve. What advice would you give to them for the person that, because we are no excuse zone completely at Real Entrepreneurs TV. What advice do you give the person that feels like they don't have any support to get started?
It's a good question. I would honestly figure out, you know what? No, I go back. Find out whatever they're trying to do, the second, passion, whatever it may be. I would write it down, and be very, very transparent as far as what you want to accomplish from a goal standpoint, income standpoint, and everything. And show people around you that, look, this is what I'm trying to do, no matter what. At the end of the day, if they don't support you, then as I did, go reach out and find a mentor. Or if you're listening to this show, then evidently you're gonna have people that are in the show that are willing to support you. So reach out to those type of people. But if there's no excuses, then just get it done. I'm a very fanatically crazy when it comes down to goals. So I won't let anyone like stop me or distract me from doing it. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And that is good advice. So if you are out there in whatever position you're in and you have a passion and nobody's around you, no matter where you are worldwide, use online as a platform to find somebody that is already at the position you're in or in the middle of getting to that position and reach out to them, or build your own support group to kind of help you support yourself. So I think that's good advice. So right now, in the midst of COVID, now you're going virtual, right? You're using Zoom, using Skype. What is that experience like?
It's different. I personally, like when I train, I love the energy that comes from the person. So whenever I am doing like a Zoom call or something like that, it's a different like energy, because I'm not like right in front of that person, and I'm not like feeling them. Like, I'm a person of I love the power of touch. So every time you come into my gym, no matter if you train with me or not, me and you dapping off no matter what. That's just what I do. And I read energy very well when it comes down to it. So now I can say, all right, this person's having a bad day. Here's something I should say, or here's something I should not say. So that's the part I'm adjusting with right now. It's just like, hey, like, you're not gonna be able to feel, quote unquote, their energy, but you still can have the eye contact and talk with them.
Good stuff. And what offers do you have going on right now? I know this is brand new, but as of today with this interview, if I'm interested in being virtually trained during this quarantine, what offers does Equip Fitness have that I might could take advantage of?
So we have Zoom calls, like one-on-one training. That's $50 per Zoom call. It's a 1-hour training session, and we'll basically personalize your training based on whatever equipment that you have and also your goals. And we also have online training, which is where we'll give you 3 workouts per week, and it comes out to be 12 sessions per month. And that's $99 each workout and our exercise. For the online training, it does come with videos. So if you don't know what a particular exercise is, you can click a button, it brings you to the video, you can see exactly what you need to do for those exercises.
Good. And this is off the cuff right now, and I know Jerren didn't know I was going to do this. So if you click subscribe right now, click the bell. In the comments, if you put Equip Fitness in the comments, you'll enter into the contest, and we'll buy a session for you to train during this quarantine time with Jerren. So subscribe.
Appreciate that.
In the comments, put Equip Fitness, and Real Entrepreneurs TV will buy a session for you to train with Jerren, right? So make sure you share this episode. Jerren,
thank you.
$50 session, $99 a month. Equip Fitness, New Orleans, Louisiana. Are you from New Orleans originally?
I'm from Homer, Louisiana originally.
Homer, Louisiana. Well, welcome to our town, man. We're glad to have you. And you also the first guest to enter into the fire round, right? So these are 2 questions that we ask each and every guest, and you're the first guest to enter into the fire round, right? So you ready?
All right. Yeah. All
right. What's the one book that you recommend to anybody? If you had one book to give, what would it be that you recommend to give?
Nick Saban, How Good Do You Want to Be?
Nick Saban, How Good You Want to Be? It's good.
I think that if it's that might not be the exact title, but that's like the subtitle. It's not. But yeah, I read that every year.
Really? Okay. Mm-hmm. Why?
Every time I read it, I learn something different, and it kind of like sets up my year as far as how good I want to be. Mm-hmm. I don't know, like a lot of people don't like him, which I don't understand why, but I enjoy coaches like him, mm-hmm. Bill Belichick, those quiet ones, but they always win. Yep. And in his book, he talks about his 24-hour rule. So when they play football, during the season, whatever he has a 24-hour rule. So after they play a game, whether they win or loss, you have 24 hours to think about it or dwell on it, whatever it is. At that 24 hours, it's over, it's done. Watch the film and get on. So in business, you take losses. In business, you take wins. And I take the same approach. I never want to get comfortable after I have like a successful event or anything like that. I'm like, what's the next thing? How can we build on this? If I have an event and it's not as successful, what went wrong? What didn't go right? And let's make those changes so the next one is better. I love that about his coaching style.
Yeah, okay, that's good. And we'll put that in the show notes. So that's Nick Saban. We'll figure out the exact title. I don't think he wrote that many books that we can't find it. And I do like that 24-hour rule. Last question, Jerren. If you lost it all today, right? How would you get it back?
Do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, business wise. So if we have an explosion, the gym is gone, and then everything resets. How would you get back to the position that you're in right now?
Go talk to one person and tell them what I'm trying to do, and ask them to be one of my clients for free. Okay. And then from there, I'll make an impact on them, and then it'll be a taproot effect. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like at this point in my career, it's like, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but I think the funnest part about, like, in my opinion, is what I did was a startup. Like, the challenges that it takes to get a business up and running, that's the fun part to me. I love challenges.
Good stuff, man. Jerren Pierce, Equipment Fitness, New Orleans, Louisiana. How do people get in touch with you?
Hit me up on Instagram. It's who_me_JP. Always on there.
Okay, and what about Equip Fitness? We got a website.
Oh yeah, Equip Fitness. Everything is equip.fit. The website is equip.fit. The IG handle is equip.fit.
Equip.fit, and that's where we go to get the session and sign up for the service.
Yep.
Okay, Real Entrepreneur TV. Don't forget, click subscribe. In the comments, put Equip Fit. You're qualified for us to pay for your session. So your session will be free with Jerren Pierce and Equip Fitness.